Hey, Brian, it's Trevor Gross from CUTigers.com. How good does it feel to be named ACC Defensive Rookie of the Year?
It was super exciting. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a big accolade to receive. So I was super excited to hear that.
That kind of exceed even your expectations, or was that something that you were hoping to do all season?
It was nothing like, it wasn't really like a goal I had set. But yeah, definitely it was a surprise to me. It wasn't like a goal I set, before the season started. So yeah, it was a surprise, and it was really exciting, like I said.
Brian, how good did it feel to be able to kind of exact revenge on Notre Dame after that heartbreaking first loss and reclaim your ACC title?
Yeah, it was a tough loss in South Bend, but just the opportunity to play them again or to play a team that you played in the regular season is rare. So the opportunity to get back out there and re-game plan and do play really well. Everyone played really well just to go out there and just do what we needed to do to come out with the win. It was awesome, and to win a championship is always a big deal. So it was super exciting.
Hey, Brian, Lawton Swan. Considering how good of a year Miles Murphy had, were you surprised he didn't make first, second, or third team All ACC?
Yeah, Miles played great all year. Yeah, it was tough to see that, just because how well he played. But, at the end of the day, it's just people voting on it. Miles played very well, so he's going to continue to play well throughout these next couple games, I'm sure, and I'm just looking forward to keep watching him.
How much would you say the two of you have improved through these first 11 games of your career? I mean, where are you now compared to where you were at the beginning of the season, in your opinion?
I think for me, the most that I've improved is just knowledge, just knowledge in general about college football, learning how to watch film and what to look for and all that kind of stuff has definitely improved for me. So it kind of slows the game down for you. And I think that's probably the main thing that I've really improved in. And just from when I got here in the spring to now.
Hey, Brian, this is Anna with Clemson 24/7. Just in a general sense, can you give us an idea of what this week looks for you guys? Normally, I mean, you don't really know anything different just because you're a freshman, but normally there's just so much more time between the ACC championship and the semifinal. And then now you have Christmas in it. Just can you walk us through what that schedule looks like?
Yeah, it's definitely more of a time crunch. Coach Sweeney does a great job of giving us time when Christmas and things like that, and he's cautious of our time and definitely tries to give us as much time as he can. But at the same time, we got a huge game in front of us, so as much time as we can. We got to go in there and do stuff on our own, watch film, just get ready for the game in any way that we can. So it's definitely a time crunch, and we're really using all the time that we can to get ready for this game, but it's definitely shorter than what they've said in the past that they've gotten.
Did you guys have, I assume you had Sunday off. When did you guys hit the practice field again?
We got back in on Tuesday.
Thanks.
Hey, Brian, Paul Meyerberg with USA Today. Is there anything that you guys have done this year because of the pandemic, whether it's like Zoom calls, remote learning, that you think has been helpful and that maybe you'd want to continue doing when things return to normal in 2021?
Well, it was like when we were all home and we weren't able to be here, I think the Zoom calls were something we needed to do to watch film and things like that. So like that stuff when we weren't here, but for me personally, I'd rather be in the film room, with our coach, so that it's, there can't be any hiccups, you can't have connection problems and things like that. So I don't know if I'd really want to carry any of the stuff that we had to do, when we weren't here on with us the next couple of years. So I just think personally it's better to be here and to do things all together.
Yeah, it's understandable. Do you think either media members, fans, just people who follow the sport understand the emotional toll that this season has had for players and coaches, what it's meant to go through COVID testing, to always watch where you're going and to always be unsure maybe if you're even going to play on a Saturday? Do you think there's a lack of understanding overall about what you guys have experienced?
I think I just think in general it's tough to understand unless you're going through it. Like you said, I mean, it's a lot that comes with it, and I think it's tough. Yeah, I just think it's tough to understand unless you're here, and just definitely being careful with who you're with, even if that's family. A lot of the time, you got to be careful just because when they travel to games and stuff, they're taking flights and things like that. You got to be cautious about that, and then us getting tested all the time. I think that kind of helps us, mitigate risk. Like just being, it helps us be extra cautious about who we're around in the facility, so we know who's good.
Thanks, Brian.
Brian, this is Pete Iacobelli at the AP. You said it's up to you guys to kind of spend extra time or some time in the film room trying to figure out what have you learned about Ohio State. And a year ago, I guess you had already signed with Clemson when this game was going on. Where were you at home, kind of going crazy at the TV screen while that Ohio State game was going on?
Yeah, I was at home with my friends just watching the game. Definitely, yeah, was a game that I was super excited to watch, and definitely, was a game that you couldn't take your eyes off the TV for. I've learned, Ohio State's a good team. It's going to be a tough challenge, just like any game that we've had. As long as we prepare the right way and do everything that we need to, we should be all right.
Brian, it's Trevor again. I can't imagine how difficult it's been for a freshman like yourself coming in, starting the whole season, and also having to acclimate as a student, especially with the pandemic going on, all the stress that involves. Is it kind of a load off to have classes behind you and just be able to focus 100% on football for this playoff?
Yeah, it's definitely helpful, not to have to worry about school right now and really just focus on football. It gives me just a lot more time to focus on football. When I come up here and watch film and things like that, it's just extra time for me, and it's definitely helpful.
Hey, Brian, this is Dan Hope from 11 Warriors. I know that you were recruited by Ohio State a little bit. Just what do you remember about that, and is it exciting to get to play them as a freshman?
Yeah, Ohio State's a great school. They're, like I said, I was recruited by them, and like the school a lot, and they're a great program. But yeah, I'm super excited to play against them, and it's going to be a great matchup.
Watching their film, their offensive line in particular, just what stands out to you about them?
They're, most of them are veteran. They've played a bunch of games, big games like this. So, just they're gonna know what to do, and they've experienced things like this. So, just that, they're gonna be ready for the moment, and they're a big group of guys that are all really well. They're all really, really good. So it's gonna be a good matchup.
Brian, this is Grace Rayner with The Athletic. How is this defense different when Skowski is healthy and on the field?
Skowski's, he's just like another coach on the field for us. He knows the defense really well. He knows where everyone needs to be. He's just like a Coach V on the field basically for us. He just knows everything, where everyone needs to be, what's supposed to go on, and he does a really good job of, if people mess up, kind of taking place for them and filling in where he needs to, just because he knows the game so well.
Hey, Brian, it's Anna again. Will you guys get a day off? Will you have Christmas Day off or the day after maybe?
Yeah, we'll get a little break for Christmas.
Are you going home, or I guess everyone's staying, unless you live close by? I assume you're staying on campus.
Yeah, I'm lucky. My family's coming up here for Christmas, so it'll be nice to see all of them.
And will your family Brian, will your family be going to the game? And if so, how relieved are you that families will be able to attend this game as opposed to the Rose Bowl in California originally?
Yeah, my family, they're coming. It's definitely, nice to see your family in the stands for games. And I'm super excited that they're able to come. And yeah, it's always nice to see your support. My support system behind me at a game.
Any other questions for Brian?
Brian, Tony Gerdeman from Buckeye Scoop. You mentioned it's nice to see the family there stands. Ohio State has not had that opportunity. I mean, could you imagine playing the season when the family's not been allowed to watch you in the stands?
Can you say that one more time? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Ohio State, the parents of Ohio State players haven't necessarily been able to watch their in the stands. Could you imagine playing in an empty house with no fans in the stands, what that would be like for you?
I mean, yeah, we've had a couple games like that as well. So, it's tough, but, it's just what comes with the year. It's just another challenge that we have to overcome.